Hello, in reading today, we are going to be talking about comparing and contrasting points in a story presented by two texts on the same topic. That means we're reading more than one story about something similar. So, comparing and contrasting. So, what exactly does that mean? So, if you're comparing something, you are seeing what it has in common and what is different about it. Contrasting, that means you are just looking at ways they are not the same, ways they are different. So if we look at these two pictures, there's ways they are similar and ways they are different. So take care of planet Earth, plant a tree. Take care of planet Earth, the animals will thank you. So we can see there are ways this is similar, like just looking at the picture, they're both outside, they both have grass in the sky, and they're both saying take care of planet Earth. They're both talking about taking care of the Earth. This one, they're talking about planting a tree, and this one has animals. So that's one way they are different. So we're going to read two really quick passages. This one's called Don't Feed the Animals. Have you ever seen a chipmunk begging for food from a person? Many people might want to give the chipmunk a piece of their snack, but please don't. If we want to have a healthy wild animals, then we can't give animals people food. People food can make wild animals sick. It also teaches them to need people to live. Instead of finding their own food, the animals learn to beg. When people aren't around, the animals don't know what to do. They forget how to live off the land around them. This one's called Our Animal Friends. We need to take care of our animals. One way to keep animals safe is not to feed them. Feeding them makes them come back for more. It keeps them from finding their own food. Another way to keep our animals safe is to be careful when driving. Many animals are killed each year by people driving too fast. So we just read two stories, and as I think you can tell, they were about something pretty similar. They were both about animals and how to keep them safe. So now we are going to look at this thing. This is called a Venn diagram. So Venn diagrams are very helpful tools because they help you compare and contrast. Remember, ways they're similar and ways they're different about two different stories. So in Don't Feed the Animals and Our Animal Friends, they had things that were different about them, but they also had things that were the same. So if it's something just about one of the stories, you're going to put it in its own circle. But for things that are similar, you're going to put it in the both column because you can see the two circles are overlapping each other. So let's think. In Don't Feed the Animals, this was just about not feeding animals. It talked about how people should not give animals people food. In Our Animal Friends, it talked about that too. So that's one way that they are similar. You could put that in the both column. They both talk about not feeding animals people food. But in Our Animal Friends, they talked about one more thing. They talked about being careful driving too fast. That they did not talk about in Don't Feed the Animals. That's one way they're different. This story just had one topic, and this story had two topics. Let's think of some other ways they are different. So, this story talks about what to do when people aren't around. Let's see if this story did that too. It talks about that a little bit too, so we could put that in the both column too. So there are a lot of ways that we can see these stories are comparing to each other and contrasting each other, which is important to see because they're both about the same topic. And one thing you can do when you're comparing and contrasting two stories, this is something you can do on your own once this video ends. You can write an opinion piece. So that is a challenge for you once this video ends and for this week. So an opinion piece, as we know, is what you like better. So since we read two stories, I want you to pause this, look at this format, and tell me which story between Don't Feed the Animals and Our Animal Friends you liked more. So make sure you give your opinion, your reason, some examples why, and then say one more time what your opinion is. Thanks for tuning in this week. Great job. We did a lot of learning, and I will talk to you soon.